9:37 p.m. And here we have it. Another mixture of traffic and directions needed in directory, and the message of rehearsal. You know, in fact, that redirecting and a similar exchange have the same similarities. Therefore, we recreated a fraction of the vision, which is settled into combined volume. But yet you have a separation of ethnicity and backgrounds that are always involved in your experiences. And as soon as you become publisher, you have the right to keep your publishings in your possessions and practiced over time with a certain certainty from any degree and credentials. The most intelligent person will learn in their daily walking journey that they have an experience and needed of shares intimately and also passed over intimacy. And therefore, the remainder of how they're remaining in their agreement and acknowledge, they find themselves to be in a combination of love, and it is transparent. It can be in the air, in the atmosphere, at your own insecurities, but yet involved with your security to protect yourself for your own publishings. And protection turned to a journey. And from that point on, you have a true notice of both young adulthood and manhood. The only thing left is married, and marriage. Then you have the finalization of the marital court system, embraced with the laws and the rules and regulations. Once the regional pictorial step into the photography, you have a rehearsal or a repeated continuance of intimacy, driven. Now we acknowledge one thing. We acknowledge that a statement have a place and a safe. And in both we know our photography, our album, our media, in exchange become one of the other, but we don't fully know that we have a system that we can use within our intimacy to provide unto ourselves safety versus insecurity. And it's important that the factor remain the non-profit of continuance. So surely enough, you have Antarctica, the main inside, interior, and exterior, involved in the both insinuation, and primarily the encounter of all hope in housings are the lead Excel per document. And once you have embracing documents in 9,000 copies applied in the publishing, you have a secular rush, a rush hour of love diary pasted together in combination of combined living volume. Therefore, the research come from historical, permanent, and futuristic living. And that applies to everything other than insecure in development, architecture, and so we insinuate. Therefore, the mind ought to remain in one encountered as American, and therefore, any of other ethnicity become the enlightened damage of your own insecurities. So we have to learn that though today I stated I love you unto Diana, it meant that the pain of research become steadfast and it recreate a damage of insult within the architecture world. And it is a duplication of repeated mysteries involved in a non-fiction atmosphere and dare to cause a disturbance mentally, physically, and emotionally. And at that steady pace, a higher volume of repeated cycle is needed and is necessary for any change to truly occur in any physical being. And entrusted are the higher demand, the small businesses, and the bank system. Starting from today, the promise is the promised land. And the promised land belongs to the landlord. And within the landlord and the architecture, you have the housing. And you have the family relationships and love and division. And therefore, you can always know in between there's the existence of the both and the continuance of the other. So now you're in control of your own empowered web and your discussion board from your own accreditations at your own colleges and universities. And if you're on your way from high school, middle school, or elementary, you can take notes and verify that notes are public notary and needed of a senior or your senior to combine your own administration at your own city and your own location. This is the fair trade beyond the trademark of uprising personalities and individuals within single or partnership relationships. And this is where we need to restart daily. Daily, in the evening, morning, afternoon. It's a repeated cycle of the same insinuation and continuance. I'm Presly, young cadet, here in Lehigh Acres, Florida, Lee County, Southwest Florida. Thank you.